I've never recorded a studio version of When You're Good to Mama. I started performing it mainly on the cruise ships. I even had a passenger that would always say, "Play Mama." And then even when I was on land, she'd come and see me like in Oklahoma City and like say, "Play Mama." And it was just fun. And there's not much of a backstory to my connection to the song or why I love the song. Like it's not like some weird connection. It's just, I think it's fun and it's cheeky and it's entertaining. But I do have a story about when we filmed the live version. So I did a concert in Sacramento at the Geary Theater, and we filmed the whole show with 3 cameras, and we did an audio recording and all that stuff. And it was originally supposed to be just to have as like an archive thing. And then I said, well, why don't I use this for Cover Song Fridays? So normally, this is how it works when I do a show at the Geary Theater. Before the show starts, James Martin, who you all know, comes back and he gets me and we walk down and we have a moment, and then I give him the signal and he goes out and introduces me and I come out and do my show. On this particular night, we had a different kind of protocol where he came back to get me, but because the only way to keep in contact with front of house was with my cell phone, I had to keep my phone with me, but we needed my phone to film the on-stage shot of the piano. So he came to get me and we went down. I said, hold on. And I shimmied my way around the backdrop. I could hear people like, oh my God, what's that? And I thought, great, they can see me. And I got the camera going. And as I came back around, I was barely out and I gave James the signal and he took off. And I looked down, and directly behind the curtain behind the piano was our recording equipment. So my MacBook and all that stuff. And I looked down and realized there's an error message on the screen of the MacBook. And I'm like, it's still recording, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. So I'm trying to fix it. James is doing his opening spiel. The audience starts clapping and I'm just, oh my gosh. I think I fix it. It's still recording. Everything's good. It's not popping up a box anymore. So I run out on stage and I start the show. And that whole number, I'm surprised when I went back to watch it because I went, oh, it went really well, because in the entire time I was doing that song, my brain was kicking in with an inner monologue of, what if it's not recording? What if something goes wrong? Well, I don't know what to do. What's going to happen? Well, you've got to do the show. You have to do the show. These people paid money. You have to pay attention. Don't lose yourself in your head. Make sure that you're doing a good job. And as it got to the end of the song, and you might be able to see this in the Cover Song Fridays episode, season 4, episode 1, at the very end, as it fades out, I think you can see me go like this, raise my hand up, because what I ended up doing was, nobody move! And I ran backstage to see that it was still recording. That part will magically be edited out. My computer literally went, no! Right before I came out here, I'm like, it better fucking still be recording. I'm not pretend none of that happened. Which, in the end, it's like, well, yeah, it's still recording right now, but oh my gosh, what's going to happen, 45 minutes from now? Is it going to keep recording? So I ran back to see if, okay, it's still recording, and then ran back on stage, because I thought, well, I got to check it, but how do okay, I'll just make it part of the show. So that is how that all went down, and now you know. So go listen to the song, I guess. So what's the one conclusion I can bring this number to? When you're good to mama,